Well, of course, you cannot, you should not ever make something as an artist or even as a writer that is outside of your experience. People will use what is available to them. I am black and I am a woman. There it is. So any story, any painting I do has to be within my experience. It's nice to come up in a period where great changes are being made. And that was my period, from the 30s to the 60s, radical changes being made. Who I saw that shaped me as a young person were the musicians. Thurgood Marshall and W.E.B. Du Bois, those people lived on my street. Aaron Douglas did also. There was a tremendous cultural activity going on in Harlem. I came from a family of teachers, so everybody was teaching something. I loved school. I liked learning. I knew I was going to college. I knew I was going to go to the City College of New York. That's where all the boys used to go up the hill and turn down on Convent Avenue and go down to these Gothic buildings, and I could see the Gothic buildings from my house. Well, you know, it was all boys I saw going up that hill, but it didn't occur to me that I couldn't do it. It really didn't. And they were all white boys too, by the way. I did not, it never ever occurred to me that, you know, you don't see nobody look like you, Faith. What are you thinking? In school, I was taught to copy the great masters of European art. And I think it really crippled a lot of people. They had been told that black is ugly, it's invisible, you don't want to look at it, it's a bad thing. Generations of this. Black is awful. It's the wrong thing to be. And you're the wrong thing to be. You're nothing. Now here comes the Harlem Renaissance. The first time when black people felt comfortable about showing their own image, painting themselves black. And Aaron Douglas did those first black paintings. Artists had to deal with it. A lot of them were opposed. After I graduated from college, I took my still lifes and my landscape pictures and went shopping for a gallery. Here we are in the 1960s. All hell is breaking out all over America. We are in a revolutionary phase.
But I know, change has gotta come now.
Things will never ever be the same in America. And I say to myself, you're taking a European theme and making still life and landscapes? You are in the middle of all this? You can't do that. I said, I can't. I'm not going to. That's why I started doing the story quilts. There's a history of quilt making and sewing and teaching right down through the family. My great-great-grandmother, Susie Shannon, was a quilt maker and also survived slavery. I was used to seeing quilts. So how can that be fine art? That's not fine art. Made by women, not important. And then made by black women, not important again, not important. But later on, it occurred to me, this is the visual art form of my ancestry. Not painting, but using fabric as shapes and forms to create compositions. This is a skill the slaves brought here from Africa. And I said, boy, I can combine all of this European composition with my ancestral African roots in quilt making. Create from my experience. In 1988, I wrote Tar Beach. I didn't know I could write a children's story. I just thought I was putting myself back, telling the story of some of the stuff that I did in my life as a child. In my apartment, I could look out and see the George Washington Bridge in lights. Oh, it was just gorgeous. Everybody went up on the roof. Yeah, this is me. I got some kind of paper in my hand and got on my little white shoes and my little dress my mother made me, I guess. And there I am on the roof. Yeah, see I think this is probably City College back here. I don't know. Daddy said that the George Washington Bridge is the longest and most beautiful in the world, and that it opened in 1931 on the very day I was born. Daddy worked on that bridge, hoisting cables. Since then, I've wanted that bridge to be mine. Now I have claimed it. All I had to do was fly over it for it to be mine forever. Freedom of speech. A lot of people don't understand that freedom of speech is not just okay to say what you believe. You know, the KKK can say theirs. You know, everybody has a right. I think it's more important than anything else. Freedom of speech. I could say it if I want. And I should. I should. Why not? Huh? Why not?